The arena is silent as Mohini Bardwaj flips onto the beam. Her first series always sets the tone, and this one matters. Because this is the 2004 Olympic team final, and just moments ago, Courtney Kupets of Team USA was injured. Now her spot would need to be replaced. It's just the moment Courtney McCool had trained for, dreamt of, and she was ready. But suddenly, a sense of doom swept over Courtney. Because instead of performing the routine she had trained her entire life for, she watches from the edge of the floor. No cameras, no lights, no beam. That moment was supposed to be hers. But at the last second, she was pulled, forced to watch her Olympic dream from the sidelines. And instead of roars from the crowd, it's silence, then whispers, then worry. The lights feel hotter from the sidelines than they ever did on the podium. As Mohini lands, one question pulses around Courtney like static. Why wasn't she the one up there? And as she stood staring into the mat, her world spun. Over and over in her mind she asked, did I miss my chance? That's when Courtney McCool finally realized. Her Olympic dream, it was gone. It was taken. The Olympic story of Courtney McCool. In 2004, Courtney McCool hit the American gymnastics scene like a spark meeting gasoline. And from the beginning, her talent was clear. Sharp form that stood out even amongst the best.
Unbelievable form. She never breaks, never gives the judges any opportunity to take any tenths off.
While others had years to prove themselves, Courtney didn't. Turning senior during an Olympic year meant she would need to set the floor on fire. And she did. Meet after meet, she exceeded expectations and surged toward the dream she believed was finally hers.
Full twisting, double layout, sticks this. This is phenomenal.
She sticks it.
But behind her rise and international attention, every wobble was tracked, every hop tallied, and every failed triple twist scrutinized under Marta Karolyi's gold-stubborn gaze. Did Marta have secret doubts of Courtney's talent? There was definitely doubts simmering in the corners of her mind. She was just a first-year senior. She lacked international experience and major competition experience. Marta undoubtedly questioned if Courtney could handle the pressure. Olympic pressure? These worries were slow-cooking doubt. One standout moment was from nationals.
This was totally uncharacteristic of Courtney. Judging from all the practices we have watched, she has been so consistent, just an amazing talent. I would have never guessed she would have made such a mental error, and I have to say, I think she just got a little ahead of herself, wanted that dismount to come a little bit quicker.
Now check out the reaction of Marta Karolyi. She will actually get a sense that something is wrong before she sees it. She will shake her head, no!
But with a second-place finish at Olympic Trials, Courtney earned her Olympic spot fairly. She had even proven herself at the Olympic test event prior to the trials, winning the all-around and qualifying for every event final. She did have some mistakes, and of course Marta didn't miss those either. To really understand just how tough it was to make this team, there's a few things worth mentioning here. First, and most importantly, you would need to understand the depth of the American team at this time. Many said they were more talented than even the Magnificent Seven, the team who won gold in Atlanta. Nearly every gymnast eyeing a spot on the team had serious credentials. In fact, the narrative from announcers was that after team selection there may be world champions left out. Gymnasts who had every opportunity for an Olympic medal on their events. And after a grueling showdown at Olympic trials, that wasn't even the end. Gymnasts were dragged into a final showdown, a secret off-camera battle known to the athletes in the iron grip of the Karolyi system as selection camp. It wasn't trials. It wasn't televised. It was a private, final, prove-your-worth meet held after they thought they were done fighting. Because in 2004, selection wasn't earned once. It was earned over and over until your soul cracked. For Marta, readiness had an expiration date measured in hours. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. now. The meet wasn't televised, but of course final team selection was. And so they stood shoulder to shoulder on hard benches, 15 girls who'd bled for this dream, waiting for their names to be called like numbers in a Powerball drawing no one wins. The camera zoomed in on emotional reactions to their fate. Marta's voiced the awes of the Olympics, cold, clipped, and surgical. She didn't care about the years they spent chasing perfection. She cared about control, about pressure, about squeezing until only the toughest survived. And somehow, despite every test, every whisper, every strategic emotional cut, the system had full trust this was the path to glory. After the team was selected, the camera showed us tears. Some were happy, others were left to pick up the pieces of the last 4 years, wondering what more they could have done. But with the disappointment of the 2000 Sydney Olympics and the excitement of the 2003 World Championships where Team USA became world champions, gold was now the expectation. It was time to show the world what they were made of. In order to get that gold, Marta so desperately needed, Team USA would first have to qualify for the team event. Expectations were high, pressure even higher. Courtney walked into the Olympic indoor hall with chalked hands and a pounding heart, knowing every movement would be seen, measured, remembered. She wasn't just performing for herself. She carried a team, a nation, and everyone who had watched her rise. In this environment, even the smallest error felt magnified. Every landing was a headline waiting to happen. In qualifications, her vault and bars were steady, but not enough for event finals. Then came beam, her signature event. But her onodi, usually light as breath, finished with her arms flailing.
That's a big one.
A wobble followed. Just tenths, but tenths matter. Enough to cost her both beam and all-around finals. On floor, after her triple twist, she stepped out with both feet. Another deduction. Another door closed. The mistakes were small, but they echoed. In a field this tight, small moments change everything. Within the selection committee, concern grew. Those doubts in her mind now in real time. She was a first-year senior with little international experience, and the pressure of the Olympics is unlike any meet. Some wondered if nerves were showing. Others believed she'd bounce back. The room wasn't unified. Then the final decision came.
We believe this lineup can compete for the gold medal. It was a tough decision for the coaching staff. In the end, we all agreed we had to come up with a lineup that balanced risk and opportunity.
Courtney was removed from the team final lineup. It wasn't just Marta. It was the collective choice of a committee trying to protect a medal in a tense year. Still, the omission stung. Watching from the sidelines was a quiet kind of heartbreak. When beam arrived, Courtney Kupets, originally slated, was injured. Mohini stepped in without even a warm-up. For some, it felt shocking not to see McCool take that spot. But Mohini had something committees and Marta value: experience. She'd anchored UCLA on beam under the highest pressure possible. Still, she never once fell. For her entire NCAA career, not one beam fall. So there is some logic there. But in Courtney's defense, she was the gold medalist on beam at trials. Yes, she had a break in Olympic prelims. But doesn't everyone deserve a second chance? The narrative around her performance didn't help either, many calling it a breakdown, which in my opinion is laughable. I say this because her performance still helped Team USA advance to the finals, and it was because of this Courtney earned that silver medal. But the what-ifs around that silver medal remain. If she could have competed, if her place wasn't given away, if her dream wasn't taken, that medal, it could have been gold. After the Olympics, she moved on to college and had a much-needed surgery on her wrist. When she returned, Courtney was finally able to show a strength she always had. And with that strength, she helped Georgia win 3 national titles during her 4 years. She also became floor champion in 2008 and earned multiple All-American titles. It's safe to say that gymnastics forever changed Courtney McCool's life. From as far back to her mom driving her to practice hours from home to today, where her passion for the sport still shines. As an assistant coach for the LSU Tigers, the team won their first national championship in 2024. They may have took the moment she'd rehearsed in her mind 1,000 times. But what they couldn't take was everything she built after. Her strength, her calm, her college titles, her joy for the sport. Those victories were hers alone, earned far from the shadows of Athens and the darkness of the sidelines. They took Courtney McCool's Olympic moment that day. But today, she's learned that the woman she became because of it, that is the one thing that can never be taken.